Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel for part 3 of my basement decluttering series. Over the last few weeks, I have slowly been decluttering my entire basement, and I have made some huge progress down here so far. The first day we did focus on the floor because you honestly couldn't even walk around down here without stepping on something. Day 2 was dedicated to the first half of the shelving units, and day 3, which is today, we are going to be finishing up decluttering and organizing all of the shelving units that I have. If you did miss part 1 and 2, make sure you check those videos out down below, but I will share a few before clips right here so you can see where we started off and what things are currently looking like and what we will be dealing with today. So this is what is going on with the shelving unit so far. As you can see, the first 2 shelves are looking pretty good and organized, but this corner is an absolute disaster. I have piles of mostly Christmas decor here, and I was honestly dreading going through it. But to start the day off, I am quickly just rearranging some of the fall and Halloween decor. I have a little witch statue that I ended up having to leave on the floor last week because it did not fit on the shelving unit, but someone mentioned in the comment section that I should move it to the top shelf, and it did end up fitting perfectly here. So this was so much better, and now everything has a place and nothing is left on the floor. So now that this area is organized and functioning better, we are going to be moving on to this corner, which, like I said, I have been dreading. I absolutely love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas, and I have a lot of Christmas decor that I knew was going to be a big job in itself going through it all. But the very first thing I am going to be doing is just moving everything out of the corner so I could see what I have, and also so I could get in here and get into the shelves. If you did miss my first video, I did mention that we did move into this house in June of 2018, so over 6 years ago, and I have not been downstairs in the basement to clean or declutter or organize, and it really showed. We are making such a big dent in the basement though, and each week I cannot believe the difference and the progress. It is feeling amazing to get this all done, and I just hope that this series is motivating you guys to maybe tackle a space that you have been dreading and avoiding, and it's just been sitting at the back of your mind. That is how I was feeling with this basement. It is something I knew I had to deal with, but I was just putting it off because it was such a daunting task, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it'd be. Once you get down there and just start working and moving things around, it seems to just come together, and it really is not as bad as I thought it would be.
I'm acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing a fight. Even though they're so overdue, we had a fire, now we're watching it burn low.
If you are new here on my channel, I did want to take a second to just say hello and welcome. I have noticed quite a few new faces in the comments section with this decluttering series. My name is Aleah, and I am a mom to 3 young kids. I have a 7-year-old son and 2 daughters aged 5 and 3. Things are chaotic and crazy around here more often than they are not. I feel like with the ages the kids are at, things are always on the go, and my house definitely takes a beating. I love to share cleaning motivation, decluttering, organizing, and the occasional room makeover here on my channel. So if that is the type of content that you enjoy, definitely make sure you subscribe down below before you leave today. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here and coming back for another video.
Demons in my mind, demons pushing all my triggers.
I wanted to ask you guys, do you keep your stuff like this in boxes? I love it in the boxes. I just think it looks neat and tidy, and obviously for moving up and down and storage, it just makes it look a lot cleaner, but it obviously takes up so much more space. So I'm trying to decide if I should take these all out of the boxes or keep them in the boxes, but I'm curious what you guys do. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough storage space for all of this Christmas stuff. I have all of this stuff to try and find a home for, so I might have to take them out of the boxes, but I really don't want to, so we'll see what happens.
Struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind. Feel like demons in my mind, demons in my mind.
I did end up taking out a couple of items from the boxes just so I could get everything to fit on this top shelf. The boxes look nice and of course keep everything safe and less dusty, but they do take up a ton of space. So I did decide to take out a few and we're just gonna go from there. I also know a lot of your kids started back to school already. I asked a few videos back and I feel like a good majority of you said your kids started in August, but here in Canada, my kids start September 3rd, so they are finally going back to school next week. And I would be lying if I said we weren't all a little excited. My kids are going a little stir crazy at home and they are ready to get back out and seeing their friends, and we are all missing the routine of school. Don't get me wrong, I love summer. I love having my kids home. I love the freedom and the flexibility of the summer months, but I do crave routine and I thrive on structure and just having a schedule, and I know my kids are the same way. So we are all looking forward to that, and I am excited because Quinn is actually starting preschool for the first time this year. She's going to be going 2 full days a week. So I will have 2 days at home by myself to get my work done, and that is going to feel amazing. I have never had dedicated work days without my kids, so it's going to feel really good, and I'm excited to be able to put a lot more into YouTube. Over the last few weeks, I have been taking my kids back to school shopping, and we do have a tradition where I take them each one-on-one, which is one of my favorite parts of summer. I take them each to go get all of their back to school clothes. We pick their backpacks and their lunch kits, and we go for dinner and just make a day of it. And I take them each separately. As I said, we go on little one-on-one dates, and it is so much fun. I love to get that special time with each of them, and I know they love it too. It is one of my favorite traditions and something I look forward to each and every year. I also am going to be doing my fall decorating this week, so that video will be up next week, I think on September 3rd, and I'm really excited to share that one. I am also excited to have a little break from the basement decluttering. I know you guys are loving this series, but it is so much work, so I'm excited to do a decorating video to just break things up, and I really hope you guys are excited for that one too. And then I will be back the following week with part 4 of my basement decluttering.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way. And it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you.
I ended up finding a ton of bags of Christmas lights, and these are colored lights, and I wanted to make sure they all worked before I packed them away, because of course if they weren't working I was just going to toss them. I used to love colored lights on my Christmas tree. But since we got a pre-lit Christmas tree, which I would highly recommend, by the way, pre-lit is so much easier, and I will never have a tree that I have to string lights onto again. But I love the white lights now. So we always do a white lit Christmas tree in our living room. And then in our playroom upstairs, I do have a tree with colored lights, but that one is pre-lit as well. So I don't necessarily need all of these strings of Christmas lights, but I am going to keep them and see if I can find a use for them, maybe in the kids' rooms or outside. But if I don't use them this year, I am going to donate them.
Waited all these years for you right here, but how will I ever know if you go?
I was actually having a harder time parting with my Christmas decor than I did with anything else that I have decluttered so far. I feel like when I first started decluttering these shelves, it was so easy. I was getting rid of almost everything because I knew it had been sitting here untouched and unused. But for some reason with the Christmas decor, it was way harder to decide what to keep and what to get rid of. There was actually a lot in here that I have not used over the last couple of years, and I still was sad to see it go, but I made sure I stuck with my gut, and I did manage to get 2 boxes of Christmas stuff to donate, and I know someone out there will make use of it a lot better than I have been.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight, didn't follow my dreams.
Speaking of donating, that is probably one of the more popular negative type comments I have been getting, is that I should be donating more and I shouldn't be throwing anything out because the donation center could always use whatever that is. And I do agree that I should be donating. I try and donate as much as I can, but if I am putting something into the garbage bag, it is because it belongs there. I promise I am not throwing out anything that could be donated. I am making conscious decisions when I am throwing something out because it is dirty or has holes, or it just is not worth donating and it's broken or something's wrong with it. I know it's hard to tell on camera when I am throwing things out and it might look good and look like it could be donated, but I promise if it is going in the garbage bag, that's where it belongs.
I feel like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost.
So now that I have went through the Christmas bins and made some room, I am going to go through all of my Christmas decor that has been loose and didn't have a home over the years, and hopefully get it all to fit into one of the 2 bins. One of the Christmas bins is dedicated to Christmas decor, and the other one is wrapping paper and gift bags and ribbons and things like that. So I'm hoping that I can get it all to fit because I really don't think I need a 3rd Christmas bin. These are also the 2 boxes of donations that we have so far, and now I am going to go through and try and get everything else to fit nicely onto the shelves.
You're making time, time, time. You're making time, time, time. What makes it worth the
So I think I'm going to start going through some of the stuff right here, but looking at what I have on the floor and the amount of room I have left on the shelving units, I am a little nervous that I am not going to get everything to fit, which is honestly crazy. I feel like we have gotten rid of so much stuff. There is even more boxes and bags of donation upstairs from the first day, and we're still managing to fill this shelf up. I am going to condense stuff a lot more. I'm going to have to if I want it to all fit, so we will probably move some things around, but I am really shocked that I don't have as much room to work with as I thought I would. I did also go to Walmart yesterday and try and find these bins here. These are the 90 liter, I believe, and they didn't have any in store or online, which was such a bummer. I was hoping to grab a couple to exchange this bin, and then I could get all of this stuff put away, and it just would have made a lot more space. But we're just gonna keep going and work with what we have, and hopefully we can get it all to fit.
I feel like I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm going.
I thought this was all Christmas stuff left, but I did end up finding this bag and bin of a ton of random stuff. This is probably a bag from when I decluttered an area somewhere upstairs, and instead of getting rid of it or finding a home for things, I just threw it down here. And that is why this basement has gotten so bad over the years. I just never dealt with anything. It was so much easier to just throw it down here and never think about it again. But like I said, I am definitely paying for those decisions now, and I'm just so glad to finally be taking control and just dealing with it once and for all.
Stuck in the moment with you. The fuse wide open. Stuck in the moment. When I'm with you, I am not myself. You bring out the best in me, the side only you can see. And I don't need any other help than you standing by my side, if only for a while. I'm going through changes, and so are you.
I do only have 2 wreath containers, but I do have 3 wreaths, and unfortunately my Grinch wreath, which is my favorite wreath, it doesn't actually fit into the wreath containers, or at least not the ones I have. Just the way it's made, there's a wood sign and it just stops me from being able to close the container. So for now, I'm just going to hang this off of the shelving unit, and I might put a bag or something over it just to protect it, and hopefully it doesn't get too dusty. You will notice as I go, I am going to start moving stuff around on the shelving units to try and fit as much as I can onto these. I was able to make quite a bit more room, which is great, and I could get most of the stuff off of the floor. I did have to leave the snowman off to the side there, and also my little Santa Claus decoration, because they are both way too big to fit on the shelving units. I don't mind having a few things being stored on the floor, but I was really trying to avoid it. I do feel like if I leave things on the floor, it does look cluttered and unorganized, and that is the main thing I was trying to avoid. I wanted everything to have a home and have a space and just be out of the way. I wanted to be able to find things when I came downstairs to look for them and just have it in order. I have spent so many hours, and I mean hours and hours down here working on this project, and I want to be completely happy when it's done. So if that means I am taking the extra time to shuffle things around or maybe have to reorganize it a time or two, I am definitely willing to do that. So these blue bags that I am trying to fit on the shelf do contain all of my Christmas garland, and I did not like the way it looked just piled onto the shelf. So I did decide to store half of these underneath the stairs where I keep my Christmas trees. I am going to try and find a large bin so I can store it all together, whether that be on the shelf or underneath the stairs, because either spot would work and it would keep them out of the way. So this is what we are currently working with. It looks so much better. It is such a night and day difference. And I am just feeling so accomplished and happy with how much more functional and just better this is looking. But we still have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of areas to declutter still. One being this corner over here. I've kind of been dreading this one because I don't at all know what's going on back here. So most of this will probably get decluttered. I think it's like shoes and home decor, and honestly, I'm really not sure, but we're gonna dig into that soon. But for now, I am going to get all of this stuff taken out of the basement because it is taking up a lot of space and just looking cluttered. So lots of recycling, a huge bag of garbage, and then lots of boxes for donation. I'm going to be taking these upstairs and just getting them put right into Justin's truck, because if I leave these sitting for even a day or two, there's a good chance they're gonna end up back down here because I lose my motivation. So that is my best tip. I have said it in the past basement declutter videos as well, but get it out of your house immediately so it's gone and not gonna end up somewhere else, like a hidden closet or sitting in your hallway for weeks on end. We have made so much progress, and this is how things are looking at the end of day 3, and I cannot even believe that this is my basement. that is going to be it for part 3 of my basement declutter. There is definitely going to be a part 4 coming and possibly a part 5. I guess it just depends how productive I am in the next video, but I am feeling so accomplished and I am just really proud of myself for finally getting this done and tackling it back to back. I'm not putting it off. I am just getting down here each week and tackling another portion. Don't feel bad if it takes you weeks to tackle a project like this, because that is just realistic and it's taking me a lot longer than I originally anticipated, but it's so worth every single second down here. But thank you guys so much for being here and spending this time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you all next week with a brand new one. Bye guys.